we had the best covers.
Yeah.
Because when I think Mega Man, I think this guy.
Best box art. Oh yeah.
And then of course, what happened was, and they sort of changed the story up every couple of years. But what happened was, like, Mega Man got successful in Japan, so they're like, we're bringing it over to America. So Capcom was like, all right, when do we get it? Tomorrow. What? Yeah, we're shipping it over tomorrow. We need new box art. So he went over to a dude in, like, the art department. Was like, we're making this game called Mega Man. He shoots stuff, and it's in the future. And that's how we got this. So by Mega Man 2, they were like, okay, he's a blue dude who shoots things at other robots. This looks about right. Also, there's a dude in the lab coat who has a mustache or something. He'll be back there. So it wasn't until Mega Man 3 that they kind of got it right that Mega Man's like only 3 feet tall and shoots stuff with a cannon on his hand, but he still looks like a gnome.
Oh, God. Let's never mention that again.
Also, they got the designs for the Robot Masters right. Like, Quickman doesn't look like a DC hero with a a crescent moon stuck to his head.
He's like the copyright-free version of the Flash, I think.
Yeah. But they weirdly went too literal with Sparkman and colored him the same color as a regular spark plug. So then he's actually looking more like Mega Man by the time you get to 4 and 5. So by the time you actually get to 6, he looks like Mega Man. But the classic series it's one of the ones that's always like kind of stayed good forever because of just the hokey silliness. Yeah.
What about those fighting games?
Oh, the fighting game.
Mega Man Power.
Yeah, Power Fighters and such.
What about 9 and 10?
Which one?
9 and 10.
Oh yeah, 9 and 10. 9 and 10 they were beautiful tributes to everybody who always wanted old Mega Man games. So, of course, if you didn't glean off the story for 9, I have these terribly out of order, I think, but there's a new law that says that robots have to have like an expiration date. Dr. Light's like, that's terrible, and they're like, screw off. So Dr. Wily saves 8 more of Dr. Light's own personal robots and has them run amok. Of course, in this comic, we get the original Robot Masters trying to fight off their younger siblings and such with Splash Woman, who everyone absolutely loved when she came out because, you know, she was a girl, she was a lady. So.
I saw Reggae over there.
Yep. Oh, Reggae. You see, a long time ago, when Japan liked to make really weird games, they released Monopoly that was themed of Mega Man. Good old Rockboard. His life is paradise. And one of the new characters they made for it was Reggae, which was a turkey or a crow. They never really decided on what Reggae's supposed to be. He's a something. He's a bird of some sort. Yeah, there we go.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
I think Reggae had to do something.
Yeah, he's something. We just know that he's some sort of bird. That's all we know. But yes. So, aside from the classic series, of course, we got good old Mega Man X. Which was... which was Mega Man essentially being badass in the super future. So, if you don't know the story of Mega Man X, when Dr. Light was really, really old, even though he was already in his 70s, he made a new version of Mega Man who could think for himself. But he was like, to test it out and make sure that he doesn't go on a crazy rampage and kill a bunch of people, I'm going to lock him up in a tube for 30 years, and hopefully everybody will still be around to wake him up. 100 years later, some other dude finds him and copies his data and makes a whole bunch of robots, because nothing could possibly go wrong for that. So,
wasn't one of the main issues the fact that he might violate one of Asimov's free laws?
Well, that's the thing. X was actually supposed to be free of it because he had his own will. It was just to make sure that he wouldn't, shoot people in the face, because that's not cool. So yeah, of course, if you played the fighting games and beat the game with base, you found out that at the same time Wily was working on this guy, who's like, he's going to be the best thing ever because he has a virus that makes robots go crazy. And nothing could possibly go wrong with that either.
As long as it screws right slightly less than me.
Pretty much.
If it does go wrong, Wiley will just tend to get crushed again.
Yep.
Everything will be
So,
fine.
in the far-off future of tomorrow, Rockman fights against the evil Mavericks to protect humanity, maybe, because they never show humans ever again. Actually, it's just a huge joke on the fact, if you're wondering why they have John McCain as Sigma, it's because all of the bad guy robots in X are called Mavericks, so jokes everywhere. So, also, one thing that worked well in the old Mega Man games was the fact that Dr. Wily was your classic goofy Saturday morning villain. It's like, oh, I'll get you next time, Mega Man. When your series is supposed to be serious and you blow this guy up like to pieces at the end of the game, he shouldn't keep coming back. So, by the time you get to Mega Man 5, it's like, really, Sigma, really? But yeah, first X game was X waking up going, I shouldn't fight things, but oh well, Zero blew up in front of me. In X2 it was like, oh, that's right, Zero's a robot, we can just put him back together. In X3 it was, the internet's going bad and we need to send Mega Man in there to stop Sigma. Also blow Sigma up forever, the end. 4, I can't remember what happened in 4.
What is he fighting for?
That game. If only the internet worked, I could show you that clip, because 8 wasn't the only game in the series that had terrible, terrible dubbing.
You get internet.
I played X4 on PlayStation.
Unfortunately, I don't have my pet with me, so I cannot fix your internet issues. I'm sorry.
But
Then again, no internet, so how can I even get
But essentially, in
Actually, there's
X-
internet on the first
that's
3
right,
floors.
in X4, there was a group of robots who were like, just because we don't like humans doesn't mean that we're mavericks and such. So, Zero gets a girlfriend, she dies, and in the dub he screams, "What am I fighting for?" So, and then of course 5 things got weird because Sigma is actually the virus now for some reason instead of being infected by the virus. Yes. Oh, that's the funny thing about X. X5 was supposed to be the last game.
Yeah.
Because the 2 endings are, if you play as Zero, you blow up X. If you play as X, you blow up Zero. That was the end of the series. Somehow holographic Dr. Light fixes X for some reason. We don't talk about that because Capcom doesn't even know what they were writing at that point. But, of course, that was what was going to lead into Mega Man Zero, which is Zero super far in the future, wearing panties, and zapping things with his gun sword.